Oh, this is Chaz. C-H-A-S.
126, 370. When you were little, did you ever want to learn a sport, but you thought it was too hard or it would take too much effort? But then when someone showed you how, that's when you started to understand it and enjoy it? Classical music can be like that too. Today I'd like to share with you 3 things. Why people think they don't like classical music, and positive reasons for listening to classical music, and how to start listening to classical music. Maybe you have heard it and you don't like it. According to Yahoo Answers, only about 24% of teens listen to classical music. According to the blog talkclassical.com, David says the average classical piece of music is much longer, sprawling, intricate, and requires more patience to understand before you can appreciate it. That's why it's so rewarding and beautiful once it sinks in. However, not everyone desires to commit to it. But if you think you don't like classical music, you probably like it more than you realize. Most pop music has at least a vague relationship with a classical piece of music. Whether it's a melody, a catchy harmony, or a chord of an entire passage, modern musicians definitely have an ear for old composers. Apollo 100 song, Joy, is based on Bach's Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring. Beyonce's song, Ave Maria, is based on Schubert. The Beatles song, Because, is based on Beethoven. Here are some positive reasons for listening to classical music. First, studies show that it builds your concentration and makes you smarter. Classical music helps you develop a reflective attitude toward life and promotes positive and constructive social interaction. Second, there are health benefits. Studies show that classical music can lower blood pressure and heart rate, improve mood, and relieve stress and depression. Researchers in England found that listening to Mozart helped patients that had epilepsy. A personal example I would like to share with you today is that learning classical music helped me with my stuttering. Ask me later if you want to know more. Third, a lot of classical composers like Bach and their music are examples to us of how to live a more spiritual life. Masaki Suzuki, a founder of a school in Bach's music in Japan, says, Bach is teaching us the Christian concept of hope. And Yoshikazu of Japan's National Christian Council calls Bach nothing less than a vehicle of the Holy Spirit. More than anyone in history, Bach explained that vocations, careers, and talents are for God and others, but not for ourselves. So here's how to start listening to classical music. First, experiment listening to different types. Understand that not all classical music is the same. Some is opera, some is classical, orchestral, some is voice alone. Also, if you like a certain instrument, some is written just for your instrument. The key is to experiment listening to different types. Second, find more about it before you listen to it. People think they don't like the vocal sound in opera, but when you actually go to one, you learn that it's the story that makes it beautiful. There are different types of stories. There are tragedies, like Romeo and Juliet, comedies, like The Marriage of Figaro, and romances, like Turandot. So find out what you like, and read about it before attending. One of my ancestors, who lived in the early 1900s, sang with the Chicago Opera Association. Maybe that's why I enjoy opera without even trying to like it. Also, learn who it was composed by and learn something about their life. Third, go to a live concert. There are tons of orchestras, operas, and pianists you can listen to right here at Bluefield College. Start with something easy to listen to, but be willing to put effort into your listening. For example, pay attention to what part each instrument plays. I like to listen to Debussy because it's from the Romantic era, and there are a lot of beautiful harmonies. Fourth and final, take a music appreciation course. Here's one that's online and free. So in conclusion, to start to appreciate classical music, experiment listening to different types, research the music, go to a live concert, or take a course. Classical music can benefit you intellectually and academically, benefit your health, and benefit your soul. Most importantly, according to Ted Libby, a music professor at Wheaton College, appreciating music does not require intense intellectual preparation. It requires only an open heart.